Have you ever looked at your life and suddenly thought, I don't want to be this version of myself anymore? Maybe you've outgrown certain friends, maybe your old habits don't feel satisfying anymore, or maybe you simply feel like the person you used to be no longer represents who you want to become. This feeling can be uncomfortable, but psychology suggests that wanting to transform yourself isn't necessarily a sign that something is wrong with you. Sometimes it's a sign that you're growing. Self-transformation usually begins with self-awareness. You start noticing patterns that you previously ignored. Maybe you realize that you constantly procrastinate. Maybe you keep choosing people who aren't good for you. Maybe you're spending hours doing things that don't actually make you happy. At first, awareness can feel painful, because once you see a pattern clearly, it's much harder to pretend it isn't there. And that's where transformation begins. The next step is often identity. Your behavior is strongly influenced by the way you see yourself. If you constantly think, I'm lazy, I'm bad at relationships, or I never finish anything, your actions may start reinforcing those beliefs. But when your identity begins to change, your behavior can change with it. Instead of saying, I need to become disciplined, you start thinking, I'm someone who keeps promises to myself. That difference may sound small, but it changes how you approach your daily choices. Another important part of transformation is letting go. You can't always become a new version of yourself while protecting every old habit. Sometimes you have to stop doing things that once felt normal. You may need to distance yourself from certain environments, change your routines, set boundaries, or accept that some relationships no longer fit the person you're becoming. And this can feel lonely, because other people may still expect you to behave like the old version of yourself. They might say, why are you acting differently? But that's the point. You're changing, and real transformation usually isn't dramatic. It's built through tiny decisions repeated consistently. Going to bed earlier, spending less time scrolling, reading a few pages, exercising, learning a skill, saying no when you normally say yes, having one difficult conversation you've been avoiding. Each decision seems insignificant on its own, but repeated choices slowly create a new identity. There's also something important to understand. Transformation isn't about becoming perfect. You'll still have bad days. You'll still procrastinate sometimes. You'll still make mistakes.